Ka'i means kukulu ala ka'i Iolani, which means the creation of leaders. And I take that heavily upon myself because I want to be a leader someday, because I love where I'm from, and I just want to give back to my community one day of Pālolo Valley.
It's a program that just opens doors for students who wouldn't usually have opportunities like this.
One of my teachers, they let me know that I was going to be in Ka'i, and then when I went home that day, I told my parents, and they were very proud.
We say that our overall mission is to raise life outcomes for underserved youth from Pālolo Valley. And to do that, we think that it's basically exposure to educational opportunities. We looked in our immediate neighborhood and said, what is the greatest educational need? And we quickly found that the students coming from Pālolo Valley, who are low income or under-resourced students, were having a very hard time graduating from high school and then, of course, going to college. And so we thought that could be a place that we dedicate our partnership to.
In that early days, I think we were still trying to productively struggle through how we would actually envision that. And I think as we went down that road, we wanted to make sure that there was a level of rigor in terms of the academic courses that they would be participating in, but there was also an important balance we wanted to strike.
For a student from an underserved community, over the summer, there's not much to do, right? And that's not good for growing and learning, and it's not their fault. And when we ask our kids as sixth graders, we always ask the question, what would you be doing over the summer if you didn't come to Ka'i? And across the board, the answer is always nothing. They really want opportunities. They want to be learning.
They kind of just put it into your head from the first day you step into Ka'i, you are going to go to college and you are going to be something big.
And so every summer we tweak it a little bit and we try to see what could we be doing better for our students. And a lot of that is off of our students' advice, but some of that is just seeing growing trends in employment or education, and then we try to adjust.
One day you might be going on a field trip. One day you might have an amazing, inspirational guest speaker. One day you might be sharing your heart story to the rest of the group.
So the Keiki program came about because we knew that there was a huge gap in that critical learning phase, right? Early childhood education.
So a lot of our students have younger siblings who are, in their early childhood stages, but they don't have a lot of early childhood education opportunities. In Pālolo Valley, it's just not accessible, it's too expensive.
So the team at the Pālolo Ohana Learning Center has helped so much in building the Keiki program. Families find out about Keiki through them because they're the ones who go door to door in the housing to enroll 3 to 5-year-olds. We thought, well, if we're going to be responsible about taking care of these kids and this partnership that we've committed to, we can't just end after high school graduation. So that was the impetus for the post-secondary program, just that, okay, they've come this far. With support, they could do much better in post-secondary education.
Without Ka'i, I never would have been able to pay for college, just because I didn't have anyone to depend on for school and for after school, just because I came out of the foster care system.
They were like, oh, do you guys have any suggestions for what we should do for you guys? And, I guess we wanted them during our school year, so we said tutoring. They would be there for us when we need to do our homework.
Our tutors are some Iolani teachers that are currently employed by the school. We have retired teachers like Daro Kuioka and Ann Yonashige. So awesome, Joanne Akamine, to have them back. And then we have some young alums. Then we have a couple Iolani seniors that make their way to Jarrett Middle School.
When you get into Ka'i, it tries to show you that you can do whatever you can if you are given the right opportunities.
It's incredible, seeing them come from 6th grade through middle and high school and then pursuing many different paths. Every partner that we have in Pālolo Valley truly believes that they are part of a network that will help each and every one of our kids, reach their potential.
What I always tell them is that, you're not your circumstances. Your circumstances were given to you from things you can't control. But moving forward, you can have a say in that.
We take our senior class on a trip every school year. And we're on Maui, and it was, I think, the last night of the trip, and all the students were at the pool, and there were 2 tourists from the mainland near that group. And finally the tourists asked the group, "What are you folks?" And the students looked at each other, and one of the girls said, "We're a school that became a family." And that's when we knew this is something beyond tutoring or leadership class. It's a school that became a family.
The support through Iolani has been immeasurable. Without the entire community of Iolani coming together, this would never have been possible in the first year, much less in the years to come after that.
To the entire Ka'i program, from Miss Allison to my little buddy, I want to thank you all for just being there for me, being my support system. You guys have truly made me look at life in a different way, a lot more positively. And of course, you guys have been opening doors, non-stop, opportunity after opportunity. And I think it's because of you guys that I know I'm gonna get somewhere in life.
When these Ka'i students have families of their own, and they share the stories of something that has been life-changing, Ka'i will be one of those points that they will be able to share, and I hope will pass down the learnings that they've come through, how they convey the beliefs and the values to their own children. It's generational, and that is the legacy of Ka'i.
I'm so grateful that every single player recognizes their importance, and then together we make something that's so much more powerful than any of us could make on our own.